Hi everybody and welcome back to Dragon Eye Creations. If you're new here, my name is Laurel and I love to create. And I have missed creating with you guys so much, but I just had to make sure and get on here for some nice autumn crafting. If you were with me last year, you know I love the autumn colors and I love creating autumn gnomes. Last year we made an autumn gnome in a pumpkin, we made autumn gnome with a pumpkin, we made an autumn gnome tower. I just love creating autumn gnomes. So this year I had created this autumn gnome wizard and I just loved how he turned out so much. He is so cute and I figured I just had to share him with you guys. So today we're going to make a variation of him. We're going to change up the fabrics just a little bit. But I'm going to show you guys right now how you can make your very own autumn gnome wizard. Let's get started. Okay, we're starting with one pool noodle. This is the bigger one. It's about 3¼ inches in diameter, and I cut it 5 inches long. And now I'm going to cut out this fabric that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut it so it is 10 by 13 inches. And then I folded it in half, and I'm going to then go about 1 inch in from the one end, well, it's folded in half, and just angle it to about the center, just so we have a little bit of an angle there. So the one end will be 11 inches wide, by the bottom will be 13 inches wide. Then we are going to run a strip of hot glue along the bottom and just tack that all down. Same thing with the bottom. Sorry, that was the side. Now we're going to do the bottom. We're going to tack that all down as well. Then we're going to measure about 2 inches down from the top, and we're going to add our pool noodle, just adding a little hot glue. And then we're just going to roll that up nice and snug. And then when we get to the end, I'm going to just add some hot glue to the end of it here, and then just going to add the fabric so they both meet up. That way it'll be a little wider at the top than it is at the bottom. And then I realized I should have done the bottom first and I forgot, so I'm just going to turn that upside down now, trace out the bottom and cut that out of a piece of cardstock, and then put that onto some of the same fabric with a little hot glue, cutting around it loosely, leaving enough to cut little tabs all the way around, so that we can hot glue those down now and tack those down. I did decide it was a little too flimsy, so I went in with another piece of cardstock and did the same thing again, just adding it, no fabric this time, just added this cardstock to the bottom of it. With some hot glue, of course. And now we are going to take that with some more hot glue and add it directly to the bottom of our pool noodle, pressing down firmly. We're going to pull that material back down again, and now we are working from the top, and we are going to add in some little pebbles or stones. I just picked these up at Dollarama. And now I cut a wine cork in half, added some hot glue, and we're going to tuck that in there with our fabric all around that. Next, we are going to start on our booties. So for that, I'm just using these little plastic containers from Dollar Tree and some scrap cardboard here. We're just going to glue those directly to our cardboard. And then we're just going to take a couple plastic Easter egg bottoms here and fill them with some pebbles, and then run some hot glue all around the edges and attach it to our cardboard right in front of our container. And that's when I realized I should have been gluing this to the other side of the cardboard actually, so we don't have that funny picture on the bottom, but we will just paint over that black later. So we're just going to keep going and add some more hot glue to the top and attach it to our cardboard. Then we're going to trim all around that once it is cooled, just so we have a nice figure 8 shape there. And I'm going to take this brown minky fabric I have, and I'm going to roll my booties up in that. So for that, we're going to cut 2 pieces at 7½ by 3½ inches long. Run a strip of hot glue right along the bottom, place your booty on the edge, and roll it up. Then we're going to tack down the end, right at the edge there, run a strip of hot glue along the back, and then roll it up once again. Little hot glue right on top of the Easter egg, tack that down. Hot glue all along the inside, and tack it all inside the container. Little hot glue right in the front and pinch it together. Same thing, hot glue right along the bottom and along the back, roll it up. Little bit of hot glue on the end, tack that edge piece down a little bit, and then run some hot glue along that and fold it in. Hot glue along the top, along the inside, and tack it all into your container. I did add a little green bead right in front there with some hot glue when you pinch it together. Next, we are going to take some hair foam rollers. This is for our legs. We're going to remove the wire out of those, so take off the little white clip and pull the wires right out of those. For our legs, we're going to cut those both at 5 inches long. And then for the fabric for our legs, we're going to use 2 pieces of fabric. These are about 6 by 3.5 inches long. And I'm just going to hot glue down the 2 sides here and tack them both down. So the one short side and then the one long side. Then some hot glue right along the other long side. Add your hair foam roller and roll it up nice and tight. Some more hot glue right at the bottom and just tuck that in all the way around there. Same thing with our other one. Just tack down our short side, tack down our long side, add our hair foam roller, and roll it up nice and tight. Then we're going to take 2 wooden skewers, and we're going to just slide those right in there, leaving us a couple inches sticking out at the top. And then we're going to just trim off the bottom where we need it to be and add a little hot glue so it sticks in there nice. Again, trim it off. Kind of goes flying. And then we're going to add some hot glue. Now some hot glue right in the bottom of our booties. Lots of hot glue. And then we're going to take our leg and just pop that in there nice and tight, making sure it's nice and firm. Same thing with our other one. Hot glue, push it in there nice and firm. Then we're going to take our body and we're going to poke some little holes just using some little scissors. Here's what I'm using. You can use whatever you want. Then we're going to pop our skewers right into those holes. And once you get those legs where you want them, we are going to attach, add a lot of hot glue up on the skewers as you push it in as well. I forgot to show that part. So make sure you add hot glue to your legs. Next, we are going to take a piece of fabric. This is 10.5 by 10. This is for our coat. I'm using a green faux fur for this. And we are just then going to add a piece of orange minky strip. The orange minky is 30 inches by 2 inches long. And we're just gluing that now good side to good side all along the 3 edges. And then we are going to flip that over. Just tack it down a little bit when you do it. It's a little bit easier. And then we're going to fold over our orange minky and just hot glue that and tack it down onto the inside here. And we're going to do that on all 3 sides. Just hot gluing and tacking it down. Once we are done tacking that all the way around, we're going to find the center of our coat at the top, add some hot glue, add our pool noodle. Then we're going to add some hot glue right to the front of our coat so that the 2 pieces can meet in the center. So just a little hot glue and pinch them together. Then we're going to start on our arms. For this, we are using some more hair foam rollers. Remove the wires once again, and we are going to cut those at 5 inches long. And then we're going to take 2 pieces of that same green fabric. These are both 5.5 by 6 inches. We're going to hot glue and tack down the 2 sides of the first one here. Then we're going to fold it down in the center, run a strip of hot glue, and fold up the bottom piece so that it overlaps. And tack it down all the way down. This is for our sleeve. We're going to add our hair foam roller to the center now, putting some hot glue all the way around the top of our hair foam roller, and then gathering that fabric all the way around the top. Just pinching it together. Then I decided I wanted to cover up that blue foam roller. I didn't want that blue to stick out, so I'm just using a couple pieces of scrap fabric. We're just going to hot glue down a couple of the edges here again, just so it looks nice. So just our one long end and then our finishing end. Hot glue and tack that down. Add the hair foam roller and roll it up. Finishing it off with some hot glue. And then the same thing for our other sleeve. Hot glue down our 2 sides, just tacking them down. Fold it down, strip of hot glue, folding it, overlapping there, And then we're going to add a little piece of fabric to the end of our hair foam roller, hot gluing it all the way around. Add that to our sleeve now. Little hot glue at the top of that, and then we're going to pinch and gather again, all the way around. We're going to then bring back our 2 wires that we removed, cutting off the little loops at the top. We're going to put those back in, just so we have about an inch sticking out at the bottom. Then add some hot glue. Connect those 2 little loops together at the top. Form those to where they're going to be around the top of our pool noodle there. And I'm just going to pinch those ends together. And then we're just going to fold that all the way around the top, adding some more hot glue so that they stay in place. I did add a piece of scrap fabric just to the top of that again, just to really help those wires stay where they're supposed to be. Now we are taking 2 7 1/4 inch circles that we have cut out of just some cardstock, and I'm going to add those to that same green fabric. And then we're going to cut loosely around that again, leaving us room for some tabs to be made all the way around to fold and tack down. So once that is all cut out, we're going to do both of those first of all. Same thing, exact same thing to both. Now we're going to cut little tabs all the way around, hot glue all the way around the center, and tack our little tabs down. Same thing on the other one. Hot glue around the center and tack those little tabs all the way down, all the way around. Next, some more hot glue all the way around the edges of our one circle. Then we're going to carefully place that on top of our other circle. To finish off our circles, we are going to cut out another piece of orange minky here. This one again is about 30 inches long, about 2.5 inches wide. I'm just going to run a strip of hot glue along the top and tack it down to the center, and a strip of hot glue along the bottom and tack it down so they meet in the middle. Then run a strip of hot glue along the middle of that and roll up our circle so it is right along the center all the way around. And then when we get to the end, we're going to add a little more hot glue, fold over our edge and tack it down, and then finish it off with some hot glue again. Okay, for the top part of our hat, we are using that same green fabric, and I'm just going to use my ruler to run a straight edge along there to mark off where I want my triangle to be, and then I will cut that out. Then we're going to fold that good side to good side, run a strip of hot glue right along the edge, and fold it back over together, pressing it together firmly all the way down. Then you can turn that right side out when it has cooled off. We are going to take some scissors and even out the bottom so it is straight across. Fill that up with some polyfill. We're going to take a 5-inch circle and just mark that out on our bottom circle piece that we made here. And we're just going to cut pie shapes all the way along that. I end up cutting I usually cut 4 and then cut those in half again. I find that the easiest for me. Fold those all up. You're going to have to tack them all together so everything is attached right at the bottom. Just at the bottom, because we're then just going to cut all those tabs right off. Making sure they are attached at the bottom where we're cutting. Now we're going to slide that right over top of our cone that we made, making sure it's even at the bottom. And once we have it even and where we want it, we're going to add some hot glue and then just press from the inside out so that it's attached all the way along the bottom. Next, I'm going to take this rubber coated gardening wire and I'm just going to cut a strip so it's tall enough for my hat here with a little extra that I'll fold under. So we're just going to poke that right in so it goes all the way right up to the top of our hat. And then just kind of tuck in the bottom and twist it up. That way you can form your hat so it can be whatever way you want it to be. We are now going to take a strip of that same brown minky fabric and we're just going to run that along for the bottom of our hat here just as a little trim. Nice little hat band around the wizard hat. This is the same brown minky that we used for our booties. Next, for his beard, I am actually using, this is faux fur from a cushion cover that I'm going to now comb out. This is your choice if you want to comb it or not. I do like the nice, sleek, combed out look personally. But I am using a 5.5 by 5-inch piece that I am now going to cut into a triangle piece just by folding it in half in the back there. And then I made space for my nose here, and I'm going to then take a polymer clay nose that I made previously. I'll leave a link in the description on how to make noses and hands from polymer clay for you guys. And I'm going to add some E6000 to the back of that with some hot glue, attach that right to our beard, add hot glue to our beard, and then attach that right to the top of our pool noodle. Then I'm going to add some E6000 and hot glue once again to some polymer clay hands. And we're going to poke those right into those wires that are sticking out from the bottom of his arms there. Now some hot glue all along the top of him. The arms as well, making sure there's hot glue everywhere. Yes, I made quite the mess there. Now we're going to attach our hat. Just press down firmly all the way around. I then decided his sleeves needed a little something more, so I added this orange minky trim just all the way around the edge of the sleeve, hot gluing it all the way around, tacking down your end piece. And you can shape his beard any way you like. For this one, I did end up shaping him into a little mustache. This fur is great for that. That's why I like this fur. Again, it is just a faux fur cushion, and then you have polyfill on the inside you can use as well. Anyway, now I'm just taking this wooden skewer and I'm just going to make his little walking stick or wand, whatever we want to call it. So I just kind of carved that out so it looks kind of rough. Then painted it brown, took these mushrooms I got from Dollarama, painted those up. I didn't want them to be pink for this. Then some nice garland again this is from Dollar Tree. And I just wrap that around our wooden skewer. All the way around the bottom. I'm going to add a little hot glue. Then I had these are fun Dollar Tree as well. Just any embellishments, whatever you want to decorate it with. This one I had a little fun with, and we added these little guys to the top. My other one I have just pumpkins and leaves on, so it's really whatever you guys want to add to your decor, I guess. And then I added some more mushrooms to it. I added some mushrooms to his hat as well. And we added some leaves, some more garland to the top of his hat. I just wrapped that all the way around. This is like a wire garland. I really like this for this. It worked great. Nice fall decor colors too. Again, little E6000, little hot glue to attach that skewer right to his hand there. And there he is. He is all done. This little guy came out really great. I love the leaves and everything. And this is the other version I have of him as well. So either way, just changing up your fabrics. So with our autumn gnome wizard complete, I just want to say thank you guys so much again for watching. I appreciate all the support so much. I am truly grateful. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back again soon for some more gnomes and other fun creations. And until then, love to all.